Sailor Mars Ray, and today I'm going to talk about, well, you know, and I have talked about this a lot, so probably going to talk about it some more. Alright, so a lot of folks on here, well, not all of them, but some of them like to, clean their films out, shift their films, and all that stuff. Well, that was never our thing. And it was the only thing that the haters could truly scave. But at the end of the day, even then, it is what it is. So, anyway, so everybody likes to ask us. Oh wow, they never asked us this, so it's more like we telling it. It's like, oh, why you don't shift your films out? Why you don't use some kind of film shifting tool or something? Well, first off, all the film shifting tools that we ever worked with, either be Microsoft or ArcSoft or Cyberlink, because those are the ones that we worked with, they were not as, they never did what folks said they would do. And it was like, and so they never did what they said they would do. I gotta think here. So yeah, they never did what they never did what they're supposed to do. And at the end of the day, it was like, why work with them when the outstanding drawings wasn't going to be that good, and making it darker or making it brighter wasn't going to do that good. And then, oh, you want to clean out something in your film? Well, oh, good luck with cutting out something, because that's where the besmirchment started. It's like once you cut it in half, you couldn't bring it back together, you know. And everyone would keep saying, oh, they're not those kind of shape shifting tools. They're not those kind of film shifting tools. Well, let's be earnest with it. The Microsoft one, and I don't really care how many times they renamed it, because they renamed it many times. You know, it didn't care how many times they renamed it. At the end of the day, it was going to do the same thing. All it would do was besmirch your film when you want to cut something out. So you were asking too much. And that was for the Microsoft Filmmaker, or the Microsoft Windows Filmmaker, or the SmallSoft Filmmaker, whatever you want to call it. And then I told you back in the day we had ArcSoft, how we got the ArcSoft stuff, how we got ArcSoft Web Shooter Friend and ArcSoft Film for Layer, was they came with the HP Web Shooter back in the day. And at the end of the day, there wasn't really anything good with them either. I mean, oh, you want to make it bright, make it darker, put some outstanding drawings on it. You want to put a name on it? Yeah. And then, well, one would take longer to fillet than the other, but at the end of the day, that was it. I don't know what the big deal was. It didn't make, well, at the end of the day, it didn't make my film any more good. And if you want to cut something out, well, it couldn't cut anything out. And that was the same thing for ArcSoft Web Shooter Friend, ArcSoft Film for Layer. And then one point we got Cyberlink Power Director. Yeah, well, the broken Cyberlink Power Director. Or Strength Overseer, whatever. This one was the broken one. How do we get that one? After going from Complex Presario, after going from E-Machines to Complex Presario, to first Dell, the other Dell, a Dell, smaller Dell, and finally going to Acer, that's how we got that one. And that one was broken, and all it did was film your tools. So, yeah, you can see why I don't clean my films out. One, I don't like to. Two, all the ones I work with were either didn't do what they were supposed to do, or they were just not really anything good about them. Either they'd besmirch your film, and that was all the shit they love to do. And I know someone's saying, oh, what about Mackie Cam? Or Last Cut? Or Apple's iMovie? Probably the same deal. Probably like, oh, I can put a name on it, make it brighter, it's outstanding drawings. Oh, I'm going to besmirch your film and you want me to cut something out. Because once you cut something out, that's it. You can't bring it back together. You know? So at the end of the day, it is what it is. So, and also one of the grounds to why I don't shift out my films for in this film is that you can't do it in true life. And if you can't do it in true life, then why should you do it in a film? And it's too hard. None of the tools really work the way folks say they work. It's just, oh, you put a film in and you start playing around with all the settings until you learn, oh, I shouldn't do that, or I should do this. Because they don't tell you shit. All the freeware stuff, they won't tell you what nothing does until you learn how to do it yourself. And even if you do buy a disc or whatever for a tool, probably the same thing. The book comes with it, probably doesn't really tell you that much. So either way, I don't shift my films out. All the tools were too hard to work with. They didn't do they didn't do that much. I mean, the outstanding drawings, putting a name, make it brighter was no big deal. And cutting things out, that's where it besmirched your film. So that's it. I'm Salem Mars Ray. Hope you like this film.